Did you know that early childhood teaching portfolio is really easy to create? One of my wonderful subscribers 4 months ago asked to create a video on early childhood educators portfolio. You asked, I deliver. Watch this video to learn about how to create your first teaching portfolio and how to document your amazing skills, knowledge, and achievements to be used during early childhood educators interview and getting your first job. You wouldn't actually believe how easy it is to create early childhood teaching portfolio. When I just started working in early childhood education and care, I had a physical portfolio. Looked something like that. So it was a folder with clear pages where I could add stuff that is relevant to my study, to my skills, with my certificates, first aid certificate, etc. As I was growing as an early childhood professional, I would add more examples of my documentation, observations, any other professional development certificates. Eventually, will add my teaching philosophy, testimonials or feedback from families, children, colleagues. So this is something that you can start creating from day one of your early childhood course, because it is pretty easy, especially with instruments that we have right now. And I'm talking about digital instruments and AI. Why and how to make teacher portfolio for early childhood educator or teacher interview. So it's pretty easy to make, but why? So I use my portfolio for many reasons. Number one is to showcase my tools. It's a great leverage tool. It does show your achievements, your skills, your certificates, and also this is an ability to show your play spaces or play invitations, any feedback from families, any reflections or self appraisals, any professional development certificates, and any articles that you shared, newsletters that you shared with your families and communities. You also can add your community projects, philosophy, leadership projects. In my case, for example, I have a lot of passions such as ukulele, puppets, I like felting, and I love inquiry based projects. Over years, my teaching philosophy also evolved, and I participated in many programs starting from play based to Montessori, radio inspired, and I can actually add all these examples into my teacher portfolio. The most important thing about teaching portfolio that it's not static. By revisiting your past experiences, observing your own progress, you also are reflecting on your professional growth and your teaching journey. So this will actually be showing the distance traveled by you. In other words, teaching portfolio is your summative assessment as a teacher. Self reflection can actually be very, very helpful and will allow you to think critically about your works in your classroom and why you did what you did, so you continuously improve your practice. I think that early childhood educators need teaching portfolios, whether they are brief and digital, like on a Padlet, or they are created as a potential um, CV or digital resume that you attract wonderful jobs. It could be your digital portfolio to grow your career. For example, if you want to become a leader, so that's how you can document your transferable skills. So teaching portfolio is still very, very important for early childhood educators, especially if it's well organized. I think personally, if you come to the interview with some props or with this digital portfolio or printed folder of your achievements, you have a competitive edge. That's based on my experience. Most people who interviewed me when I was bringing my puppets or examples of documentations, documented learning, they were quite impressed. They could see my activities plan, they could see the examples of observations that I'm able to use. they also could see my commitment. Yes, so it also shows your currency, so how much you grow as a professional. For example, you can showcase child summative assessment without of course revealing any privacy details. So you can write sample summative assessment example by removing child's personal details and photos. In your portfolio, you will also showcase certificates. But as you build your portfolio, as you can see on this picture, you can actually represent your skills in teaching as well. So you can see here, I added not just my qualifications in certificate 3, certificate 4 in training and assessment, certificate 3 in early childhood, that's previous page, graduate diploma of education and care, masters of early childhood education and care. I also added examples of me teaching numeracy, because I talk about numeracy and literacy and inclusion and music. I talk about how I learned to set up play spaces and create interesting curriculum. Also, you can see the play space that involves pre-literacy, clipboard, and realistic props for dramatic play. So it's very important when you start working on your teaching portfolio to document your teaching experiences. We're quite busy when we are working in the room, so it might be very important for you to collect samples of your work. For example, if you have done newsletter, make a copy of it, save it in your folder, which would be future portfolio. If it's physical copy or on StoryPack, make a screenshot. You have to have the right to have access to some of your observations. You will have to remove child's personal information and pictures, blur them, for example, but you do have the right to keep what's yours, right? I think it's important to also document any special projects and curriculum development and milestones in your teaching career. For example, as you are studying, let's say, towards your diploma, you will obviously learn new skills such as reflections, right? So, and your reflections will become more deep. You will start writing maybe some feedback to your students who are certificate 3 trainees. Collect this as well. Ask them for feedback. As a teacher, I have also the collection of things that I'm proud of. So that means that I have collection of songs, which is could be part of your teaching portfolio. I have a Spotify music list, which I can talk about as well. I have examples of my teaching resources that I created. This shows my creativity, ability to set up play spaces and provide my own props and resources. I also document reflections, as I was saying, and add self appraisals that usually are happening once in 6 months or once a year. So in your preschool teaching portfolio, you can actually add anything you want as long as it shows your teaching skills and dedication to ongoing professional development. There are many ways to structure portfolio, and in a second I will show you mine. So just for the inspiration, but if you are looking for other examples, I will go through this portfolio by another teacher that was created using Wix. So Wix is a free website builder. So you can see here there is a homepage, personal interest, philosophy, core values, curriculum or CV, professional development plan, and testimonials. So you can structure your portfolio in the same way. You can see that surname name is here. You can see that this is an early childhood educator or teacher. You can see that they finished a bachelor degree in early childhood. There is early childhood experience. You can see lots of other wonderful skills that they've done. Let's say mentoring. They have achieved some other things such as created learning environments. You can see that. So you also can see contact me, and that's created on Wix. So you can organize your teaching portfolio using themes such as about me, curriculum planning, classroom management, behavior plans, family engagement, self reflection, or you can choose chronological format that showcases your professional growth over time. So whatever is suitable for you, as long as it's structured well and it's easy for employers or potential clients to follow and navigate through your portfolio. Because portfolio is an organized document, I recommend using table of contents for physical teaching portfolio because you can quickly find the sections you might be interested in or show it to your potential employer. You also can add to your table of contents as you develop your portfolio, especially if you use, let's say, Word or PDF file. You can continue developing it as you grow. Make sure to add a lot of visuals to your portfolio. Portfolio is a visually centric resource, so I love, for that reason, using photos, and I love using Canva. Canva and Padlet could be really good examples of how you can add both images, links, interactive elements to your portfolio. Honestly, my two favorite tools for creating teaching portfolios. Some other tips. You need to maybe sometimes tailor your portfolio to the employer, because you might actually apply for government job, and in this case you will focus more on, let's say, child safety and child safe standards, compliance, maybe focus on philosophy that reflects this particular community based or government based, council based center. The most important thing is that your portfolio also could be shared with not just employers but with families. So, and that's how it would be, not just for the interview, it will be for your work in the room. So for example, when I started teaching in one center, I needed to display about me information, and guess what, it could be found in your teaching portfolio. When I started talking about my teaching philosophy on page 2, I found my teaching philosophy, right? So this helps to really show who you are, yeah, and demonstrate your growth over time. So here I provided you with example of star method. You can find it on my PayHip account, and if you follow the link under this video in the description, you will also find some ways to describe your skills in a effective way that shows achievements. Yes, so that's just a little bit on that. Also document milestones in your career. If you were, let's say, trainee, then moved to fully qualified educator, then became a room leader, studied your diploma, and then applied for bachelor degree. This shows your commitment to early childhood education career. Show your career growth milestones. Create a timeline that demonstrates that you didn't have a break. If you had a break, then focus on transferable skills and talk more about how amazing you are as a parent as well. For example, if you took maternity leave, you will be able to talk about that as well, applying these skills to child development and understanding young children's needs and care skills. Few sites for you to show. So Google sites, I will put the article that you can click on, so the links would be in the description below this video. But Google sites obviously are great, so you also can use Microsoft Word and any I would say text-based apps, right? So you can use them to create personalized portfolio. I think Word is pretty good, especially now with Copilot and other AI tools. You can create amazing portfolio. You can generate images for your portfolio if you don't have any, but you can obviously add beautiful picture of you engaging with children, or running a group time, or doing gardening with children. The second one I already showed you, that's Wix. Wix is a great website builder. It's free. You don't need any coding skills. It's pretty simple, and with no advanced feature, you will create similar folio to the one I showed you. Next one is Weebly. You will create teaching portfolio, upload documents, create a drag and drop menu. So it's pretty easy to use. Personally, I use WordPress for my blog, and I'm more familiar with WordPress. And you can actually create your free portfolio on WordPress as well. But my portfolio is created on Canva. Canva is really great for visual elements. So you may use Canva throughout your teaching career, especially if you have access to Canva for teachers. It is a fantastic tool, really customizable. Now it's got a lot of AI features. You can create PDF document or you can create a link. So here are links and you will find them in the description below. Padlet, also amazing tool. I already made a video on Padlet, so you will find it also in the description below. Padlet is fabulous. So you will just click on my video, watch how to use Padlet for plans. It's got a lot of multimedia features, collaborative features. We use this at university as a shared, I don't know, smorgasbord, brainstorming, portfolio, yeah, for any of this. I already mentioned WordPress. Also, a couple of more. Portfolio is an interesting tool you can look at. It does integrate LinkedIn, which is amazing, and that's why I added it to my list. Also, Seesaw is fantastic tool. It's a platform that some centers use for digital documentation, but you also can create your digital portfolio on it. Yeah, so these are some of the examples. Now, get ready to go through my portfolio. I will walk you through and explain you what it's all about. All right, so this is my portfolio of early childhood teacher, and I created it using Canva. This is a page about me. So I'm talking about that I have been teaching in early childhood education in case since 2007. I specialize in early years, usually from 0 to 5, but I also used to teach primary school children and was a nanny for 6 years old, 7 years old children. And this is part of my skill set. So I have a passion for early childhood education, early literacy, numeracy, nature pedagogy, storytelling with puppets, and music in the classroom. I might add that I play ukulele, which I will add later, but that's about me. You also can add that you are bilingual, trilingual, so this tells us about your cultural background. Use engaging pictures that show your smile, show your engagement and commitment. So here you can see my employment history. You will write yours in here. What did you do? Where did you work? Oops. Then you will move to certificates. So you can choose as many certificates as you want. You can actually create copies of certificates and put the pictures of them. That's actually would be a great idea. I decided that I'm just gonna mention them and showcase my key qualifications. I have more than these three, of course. Now, awards. It's very important if you achieved any awards or had honor in your bachelor degree, let's say, or finished diploma with excellent marks. I know it's competence based, but let's say you were accepted, exceptional student, and that was, I don't know, admitted by your trainer and teacher at TAFE. Please add this to your list. You are advertising yourself. You are telling everyone how amazing you are. This is your time to shine. So these are my words in teaching excellence 2017, 2019, and 2024. This is my statement of philosophy. I already created one using Canva, so you can create your own using Canva because this is a foldable teaching philosophy and that's why I love it. So I added my favorite quote. This shows my commitment to nature pedagogies. This talks about me. And these are my key values and commitments. So a really great important part of your portfolio, teaching philosophy, and of course you will be evolving as a teacher, so you can create it and update it every 2 years, I would say. Places I set up, so this could be play invitation, learning invitations, projects, so anything. Keep it open-ended and add to it, because you will obviously create a lot of play spaces during your placement and during your study. And make sure take pictures of those play spaces and document and put them in a special folder. I really remember this one. So this one is made of Australian Geographic pictures of fish, and I created some fishing rods. My mom helped me, and we created this beautiful setup for children in Somerville Early Childhood Center, and they played all day. This one is Wombat Stew, the story that I was telling at Mornington Early Childhood Center, and I think it was really popular as well. These are the instruments we created with my preschool groups. It took a lot of time for me to sew them. So this shows also commitment to me creating my own resources. And this is part of felting and this invitation for younger children, where I felted all the toys and added a book and silk scarves. So these are examples of observations. I didn't go into too much depth. You can create special portfolio on observations, but showcase that you are able to create learning stories. Make sure that child's privacy is protected. Yeah. So you also can show mind maps. You can show your page from reflective journal. I use Butler creative reflective journal. It's really great. This shows my ability to document using digital tools. If you have some examples from Storypark, just remove children's names and you can share them too. Especially if you have transitional statements, summative assessment, curriculum planning program for the week, all goes in here. Skills and proficiency. So if you are good at something, for example, you are great at, I don't know, finger songs, you are wonderful in supporting literacy, numeracy, you have passion for sustainability, add all this in here. So I usually am quite happy with curriculum and puppets. My, big passion of mine. Ukulele, I love online teaching when it comes to teaching at tertiary level. Sorry, but I also like to explain EYLF and use it. So I would say I'm quite proficient in EYLF as a curriculum guide. Professional development. Add any professional development here. You can add dates. So these are just last year professional development courses and certificates that I have. Now we're all talking about AI, so I completed Google AI Essential. Mandatory reporting is a once in 12 months course, and I also completed advanced thread nose training, which I think is important. You also can add child safe standards because now they are required to be demonstrated. And then you can add your hobbies. So my hobbies are felting, walks, ukulele, piano. I also like traveling. So this is something that you talk about yourself as a person, right? And then get in touch. So add your email, add your website if you have this big portfolio or whatever digital portfolio. And of course, you can tell that references are available on demand. So that's my video on teaching portfolio. I hope you enjoyed watching it. You can always download any free resources like this one on my Payhip website. I will add the link in the description below. If you find these videos useful, please click subscribe and the bell button and share this video with your colleagues and friends. Always yours, Story Kate.